Hey again. I promise y'all, I ain't gonna make 3 videos a day. I need to wait till the end of the day when I see what all's happening before I make it, so I know if there's something else I want to say. I cannot see a warning and not give it. There's a lot of predictive programming. Predictive programming is generally they're telling you about something that you're hearing about a lot, and then in the story you see 33 here, 33 there, 33 all over the place. There's 33s everywhere. And you see a random story here and there. You may see 3 or 4 a day. They have nothing to do with each other, though. Now, what we have going on this week and today is we have a convergence. And it is a convergence of predictive programming that is all 666s. It is all converging at one time this week. I'm telling you their evil aspects of thinking so you can focus on the positive aspects of Shavuot being this week as well. Possibly. We don't know what date it is. They say around the 15th, but truly we don't know. We don't know where we're at. So it literally could be, like they say, imminent anytime. And it is going to be imminent to us because I believe we can't know the date because we don't even know what day it is today. So what we have here is I saw a story this morning that baffled me about 6 fire hydrants that were stolen in the LA area. And I couldn't understand why people are stealing fire hydrants. They said for recycling, but what are you going to get for a fire hydrant? And who's going to take it? Where are you going to get rid of this dude? I mean, it just didn't make any sense to me. And then I just saw stories on water main breaks all over the East Coast. And like they're saying, one is caused by an earthquake in New Jersey. There's one in Atlanta, I know. And these are big water main breaks. All right, take that with your fire hydrants being stolen. That, to me, is telling me it's a warning for a water event. Some kind of water event. I suspect at some point the Hoover Dam's coming down. I suspect at some point Lake Superior's coming south, and not in a good way. I figure at some point New York will be hit with a tidal wave. It's no coincidence they put all the migrants in Central Park. If you're going to have a sacrifice, you need them all together. They've got, across the harbor from New York City, they've got the Masonic statue doing this. At New York City, there's a secret. Something's coming. They moved the fireworks from the East River to the Hudson River and then back. What's coming from the east? All right, the 666s. Now we're moving to the computer virus event. Berkshire Hathaway, this morning when I first turned on the news, they were showing Berkshire Hathaway, who is Warren Buffett's company, who is totally connected. Like he's like a Rupert Murdoch or a Bill Gates, or he's one of them. So there's no coincidence he's involved. His net worth of his company was showing it went down 99.9%. Now invert that. You've got 66.6%, which is a 666. On June the 6th, which is a 666, you've got Trump going to Phoenix. Phoenix is the bird that rose from the ashes. I'm expecting something to happen to Trump this month or next month. There's a big 7-Eleven connection with Trump because there's an interview where he's talking about the September event in 2001, and he says 7-Eleven. Well, that could be an accident, you could say, until you say September. Where'd Sept come from? Well, that would be 7-11. What day is he being sentenced on? 7-11. There's that 7-Eleven connection. There was a stock in Canada that also dropped 99.9%. It was one of their major stocks as well, a connected stock. So there's your 666 there. You have 6 planets coming into alignment in the sky starting tonight. Today is a 36-6. And 3 and 6 is always 666. Trying to think, there's more and they're just not coming to me. The stock market is going to crash on like a Monday morning. We're going to get up and it's going to be a Black Monday. I think. It'll either be a Friday afternoon or a Monday morning. All right, on a Friday afternoon is when I think it'll start. I think that's when the virus hits, on a Friday afternoon. And we'll probably wake up Saturday morning and there will be no internet. Maybe no lights, but no internet for sure. Because they are changing us over to a new system. That's all this is. This is a transitional phase. This is a culling of a herd with a transitional phase. This is restructuring of a corporation, and we're the assets of the corporation. They need to do some liquidation. This is their sign. I think that this week they're saying, it's on Pride Month. What's the devil's main sin? Pride. If we have a pride event attacked, you will get a hate speech law from that attack, which will go with the hate speech law that's being passed against a certain group of people that we can't talk about, who are not, but say they are, but they do lie. Revelation. We have to realize that there is a difference between the people of a country and the country itself, the government of that country. I think that if I was going to torture somebody, make them uncomfortable, I would cut off the lights middle to end of July and let them sit through August without them. I think when the internet does come back on, it may be off for 3 days, it may be off for 3 months, who knows. When the internet does come back on, I think you will have to log in. And I think they will tell you how to log in, and you'll know how because they'll know all the information to tell you how. Because they know you better than you know yourself. Why do you think they're talking about pre-crime, like Minority Report? They know what you're going to do before you're even thinking about doing it. And then you've got the aspect of they can say anybody done anything, give you video of it, give you pictures of it. It can all be fake with this AI. And this AI is not like it just come out. This stuff has been around. Time we hear about something, it's been around for a long time. I mean, the stealth bombers were built back in the early 70s. So when did we hear about it? 90s? I mean, how far ahead are they? I know how far ahead they are. I mean, they're so far ahead, they're operating in what's called a scalar wave, which puts an entity out of the electromagnetic field in a little bubble. Therefore, it has no friction when it moves through our physical space because it's protected by a little bubble. 2 microwaves come together and make a scalar wave. Or either the vehicle produces 2 microwaves that makes a scalar wave. This is how this works. These are the UFOs. This is how the pilots can move and the G-forces don't bother them. They can be flown by men. They do not have to be angels. None of this I don't think we have to be scared of. Another thing that's happening this week is the 6th, France is officially declaring war on Russia. And what that will do is invoke Article 5. NATO has no choice if France declares war. If France declares war, that's NATO declaring war. That's just the truth. So, as of the 6th, we will officially be in a world war. We already are, but I'm talking to make it official and get all the paperwork right for the war crimes that will be prosecuted later. Kind of like they did with World War II. All their war crimes they prosecuted. Meanwhile, Operation Paperclip brought all the best scientists and all the top-notch government officials here. This is Germany. This is the same government. This is the same system. We have been socialist for so long. It's not even funny. Our Constitution's a joke. You cannot have a hate speech law if you have free speech in a Constitution. It can't be both ways, because what happens to a law that is unconstitutional under the Constitution? It is null and void. So all these hate speech laws would be null and void. But they're not. And the Supreme Court's not getting involved. And nobody's suing. But why? Look up the Act of 1871. Our Constitution has been subverted a long time. Treason was committed in 1871. The people now are just running what was left. They're not committing treason. They're going by the rules. These are the rules that were written for them. They have their own Constitution. We just don't know what it is. We're in the dark like everything else. So anyway, look for something, because I truly believe that when the lights go out, it'll be because of the massive power it will take to raise the dead and convert the living saints into raptured saints in the twinkling of an eye. I mean, think about if the Shroud of Turin is real. They cannot figure out how it was made. They say it had to have been made with some sort of radiation. Man, frequency, microwave radiation. That's exactly what would make a shroud. I personally believe the shroud is real. And I've seen all the stuff that they have to debunk it, but I personally believe it's real. You can't tell everybody these people are lying to. For instance, the news is lying. They're lying to me about this, 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 and this. And then debunk me and argue me with a news story. The news is lies. I mean, most of the time you just said it yourself and then you come back with a news story to try to rebuke somebody. Or something the government said to try to rebuke somebody. Meanwhile, you know the government's lying to you. If they're lying to you about one thing, that's not the only thing. You can't trust them on anything. Please stop trusting the government. Stop trusting TV. Stop trusting individuals who are superstars. Stop trusting watchmen. Don't even trust me. Research everything. If you have a question on how can I go about finding something about this, I will tell you how. I'll tell you everything I know about how I went about it, or where I saw it, or where I saw something like it, or where I think you might find it now. If I can, I want everybody to have the same access that I've had. I wish that I had screenshots of everything. Not only is there 6 planets aligning, this is big. This is big in astrology, what's happening right now. I don't know how to post pictures in a video, so I'll have to do it as like a community post. But I will put screenshots of all the major, minor aspects that astrology is seeing happening today on 6/3/2024. 636. All right. Much love to you. Last video. Don't holler at me. We'll holler at you. Bye.